So, like, they tell you when you're going into hospital for the first time, like, they go, like, looking at your symptoms, our experience, and this, that, and the other, it's cancer. But we need to do the scans and stuff to confirm it, to tick some boxes and stuff, and to see how far along it is. And so while you're waiting for those scans and the results, you have that conversation in your head where you're like, what if it comes back and it is worst case scenario? There's naught they can do about it, and you've only got X amount of months, and you need to start getting your shit together. And that is it's a weird conversation to have with yourself. And I've sat down and had that conversation with myself twice, and I've been very lucky that it's turned out that has not been the case both times. And I feel like, especially after the first time, that I felt different. Like my attitudes to a lot of things changed. There's so many things that I read people complain about stuff on Facebook. I'm like, what have you got to complain about? Why is that even a thing? And then I need to sit and remind myself that they haven't been through it, and that's a really fucking good thing that they haven't been through it. And not only that, I'm not the first person to go through it. And I was, as I say, I was very lucky that I caught a man both times at a point where it's treatable. So I need to remind myself that I don't have the monopoly on fucking whinging. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's also a little bit of like, I'm kind of at peace with myself a little bit too, I guess, because anyone can react in any way to being told they've got cancer, and I'm not trying to big myself up in the slightest. I watched that blog back that I did before, where I was saying about how stubborn I am and stuff, and it makes me cringe that I don't like bigging myself up in that way. But both times I stared it down, sort of thing. And it's not that I haven't had my shit times. Like, this fucking magnum's gonna melt in it. It's not that I haven't had my shit times. Like, the weekend before I started the chemo, all my mates, they took me out on a few nights out, and James, my bassist for 13, bless him, went out, had a real good meal and stuff like that, and had a real good drink and stuff. But that day, I'd been out and got my hats because they told me my hair was going to fall out. And my veins, I think I've got a bit of shit circulation in my veins anyway, stuff like that. So I got some gloves to like keep my hands warm, so it's easy to find the veins, stuff like that. In fact, one of the times when I went for the chemo, they couldn't get it. Took them 5 goes to get the vein in, to get the needle in the vein. The 4th time, they couldn't even pierce the skin, which I think that makes me some kind of superhero. The nurse said in 6 years of cannulating people, she hasn't like ever come across that before. So I think I deserve some kind of medal for that. But yeah, so I went out and bought my hats, my gloves and stuff like that. I got home from being out with James, and I was absolutely wrecked. And I don't know why, but I thought it'd be a good idea to put my hat on. So I put one of my hats on, tucked all my hair in, so I knew what I was going to look like with no hair point coming out, and I had my gloves on. I caught myself in the mirror, and I don't mind admitting, I burst out crying. I was just sobbing. I was like, I don't want to do this. But each time I've gotten to that point, I've picked myself back up. And it's like that thing that is it in Rocky, where it says it's not about how hard you can hit, it's how hard you can get it and then keep moving forward. And I've kept moving forward. So I think that's something. This is going to be one of them things that I've said to one of my mates before. This is going to be one of the big things that I will ever go through. I've gone through cancer twice in my 20s. And as I say, there's a little bit of pride in that as well. And it's like, it's affected me in certain ways as well. It's like, it's put the shit up me quite a bit. Like, there's some days where I'm just like, fuck. Right, I'm making a list. I've made a list today, in fact, of all the stuff I need to sort of like the girls at work was like you know, it was like, right, you need to get some stuff planned, make sure you fall into a rut and all this stuff. So I've done that today. So there's like some days where I'm like, right, I need to work on it, blah blah blah, and then there's other days where I'm fucking panicking if I've not done some on it. I'm like, fuck, I need to get it done. You know, you haven't got long, sort of thing. Because none of us do we, really? We don't fucking have long at all. And I'm very much aware of that now. Yeah. I want to keep doing these blogs as well because, as I say, it was just... It's hard to find stuff on coping with the aftermath of it all. I think, as I said before, like, there's a reason Mastodon have just released a concept album about dealing with the aftermath of having cancer. Because it is a thing in itself. And yeah, so I won't maybe do them as frequently as I was doing them when I was doing the chemo, but I think it's for other people who feel a bit untethered, because when you're going through it sounds odd, but when you're going through the treatment, like the radiotherapy or the chemo or whatever, you've got targets to get to. You've got to get to the next round of chemo. You've got to get through like so many weeks of radiotherapy. You've got to wait for scans and stuff. And once they say, right, everything's done, it does feel like you're a little bit like, what do I do with myself now? This has been my focus for 5 months. This chemo has been my focus for 5 months. It's kind of, what do I do with myself now? So that's why I've made a list, because of like, I need to get shit done. Find something to do with myself. There's loads of people I need to thank as well. I can't name them all because there's too many, but there's my family, friends, my bands, people I work with, the nurses, the staff at Castle Hill, my key worker, the doctors, anyone that's even dropped me a message or just commented on one of these videos and stuff like that, just drop me a message asking me how I'm doing. Or just, I honestly can't thank you all enough. There's loads of this, and this is for the people who are going through it that are watching. There's loads of this stuff that you do by yourself. A lot of it. But knowing that I had so many people had my back and stuff like that is it's hard to describe it. It's such a fucking profound thing. You know what I mean? It's, yeah. And there's one of the Scroobius Pip songs where he says, like, he's talking about people's use of the word beauty, and this is gonna sound pretentious as fuck. Oh, it's not. It's more than just a pair of tits. It's a lot more fucking deeper than that. And I think, and I never even used the word beautiful, but like the way that people have been with me, the support and everything, just showing you how fucking decent people can be. Like, really genuinely decent. That is fucking beautiful. Yeah. I'll leave it there for now. Thank you all very fucking much for watching these. I'll see you soon.